Master Josh, the last to load. Steps up, goes in, all in line, we set and ready to go. All clear given. Racing from that 1600 meter mark, and the starter caught them in a perfect line. Jack Ryan on the outside hopped out quickly. Intimidators also pushing forward, so too Shoe Fella. There's a mad scramble for that early lead. Lockheed Lightning is also on the move, so too Quantify on the heels of the early speed. Global Movement settles next, and he gives about falling start. Behind that comes Mahandis. A length and a half further back, we got the yellow colours of Contiguous sitting on the outside of Augusta Blue. A length and a half to Master Josh, who's racing a dozen lengths off that leader. Half back on the inside, we got Shotgun Willie. They being followed by Fella Davian, who's racing back one from last, and Carlatino. He's racing at the end of the line, and they're pretty stretched out. 14 lengths cover the field as they head towards the middle of the bend, just on 800 meters left to go. Intimidator has won the battle for the lead. Goes clear, length and a half. Racing in second, we got Shoe Fella, then comes Jack Ryan. Quantifier will corner next, and he gives about falling start. Behind that comes the orange and white colours of Lockheed Lightning. Then comes Master Josh, who's on the move, but doing it 4 deep into the home straight, and it looks like he's going to make his run up the outside. Down the inside, Augusta Blue and Shotgun Willie as they settle for the run to the line with just on 400 meters left to go. Intimidator being held together in front, and Master Josh is hot on his heels in the middle, the black and white colors. Down the inside, we've got Augusta Blue and Shotgun Willie. We're into the final 200. Intimidator and Master Josh, these two have come together to do a duel. Intimidator, Master Josh, you couldn't get closer. Intimidator rallies back and regains the lead over Master Josh, and Intimidator, hands and heels, goes on to win it from Master Josh. Augusta Blue behind that in third, and then came Lockheed Lightning. Here's there on replay. Intimidator had won the battle for the lead. After Master Josh had to swing right round the ball, he comes forward, joins issue, and these two were locked in, duelled with just on a furlong left to go. But Intimidator comes right back after Master Josh had put his head in front, and he certainly pulls away into the closing stages to win a very good contest. 12, 6, 2 and 11. That's the provisional call here of race number 3.
Race 3 has been won by number 12, Intimidator, the son of the United States. Second win for him today, being the United States. He's bred by the Chevrolet stud, and Dele Ntlebe is the winning groom, so he got his 1,000 Rand Hollywood Bets and Cape Racing voucher. Thank you once again to them. Richard's on his way back, but before he gets here, Justin, we'll just start off with you. He's always been a horse with the ability, but took a little bit of time. Was it the gelding that helped him?
Definitely. He's a little bit of a box walker, so I wouldn't say little, he's actually quite bad. So I've moved him over his career into different stables where he might be comfortable, and we're very lucky that we have these like open air barns that you'll probably see when you go to a horse sale, and I put him in there, and I actually made it a double space. So finally it looks like he's a lot more comfortable, and as you can see, the form's got better. But I think, Richard, we were very confident today of a big run from him. Everyone goes on about draws and scratching, but this was a perfect example of a bad draw that became a good draw. Richard could take his time. If you watch a replay, he takes all the time in the world to get there, and finally when he gets there, everyone's in their positions, and he just eases up the pace so he's in a comfortable position, and then comes into the straight, and you could see he was just always confident, and the horse to beat loomed up, and Richard still had plenty in the tank, and very impressive to watch, because you could read it as he was riding it, and very exciting. So to Garth, David and Garth's mates that are all involved in here, I think a lot of them are first-time owners, and he's been a fantastic horse. And as I said today, we were quite bullish of a big run from him here.
Just speaking about Richard's ride, that's classic Richard Free, isn't it? That's why I think always why you're a formidable team is because your horses complement each other. His riding and your horses, the way they run.
Yeah, well, Richard and I, it's sometimes a love-hate relationship. It's like he's like part of the family. So like if you've got a brother and you can swear at him, the next day you can be good mates. So he's become that type of jockey for us. So it's a combination that other trainers and jockeys don't want us gelling too well because we're hard to beat.
Well, thank you for making it a pleasure for all of us to watch, and well done for the win.
Great, and to Chevelle Stud, well done on breeding him.
Well done, Richard Free aboard, and as I mentioned, he had to dash back to get a cap. And Richard, if you just turn your head to the side, the reason why he went back, 100th winner this season, well done.
Yeah, it's my century, so I'm quite excited about that. Long way to go. Keegan's way clear. So
What's the goal?
200, always.
So you're halfway.
Yeah, well, I always try for 150, but like over the last year or two, I get to the hundreds quite quick, so which is a nice thing. So I always want to say thank you to all the support, all the trainers, all the owners, and long may it continue.
Justin touched on the fact that it's I called it a classic Richard Free ride. From the wide draw, just got it your own way. Did it pan out that way? Were you quite comfortable every time you made a decision?
Well, if you look at his form, he's always slow into stride, losing a length. You know, so 5-6 starts, it says that. And I said to Justin, the only chance we have is to actually ride him forward so I can try and be halfway, you know. And I jumped out and I was at him. I did burn him a lot in the beginning, but you know, he's a precocious sort of horse. And once he sort of got to the front where I didn't want to be, he pricked his ears, and I knew, okay, we're not burning carrots. We can build from there. And came into the straight. I had to bide my time. Saw the guys move up, but this was been crying for the distance. Last time he ran in a maiden classified race where he had 60 kilos and I was giving away 8 and 10 kilos. So and I was hampered in a race where I dropped too far out of my ground, and it was going to take a miracle for this horse to play catch up, and you know, he just couldn't get into his stride, carrying all the weight, and he had to come on from that. And the mile was just the cherry sort of run for him, and obviously in a normal maiden handicap, in a normal maiden plate, and it was a tricky race, a lot of form, but took my chances, went up there, and I'm glad we won.
Well done, Richard.
Thank you very much, and then to the owners, Mr. Musicant and his partners, thank you so much, and to the Horse Night team, and obviously my sponsors, thank you for the 100th winner contribution from winning form. Thank you.
Well done. That's Richard Free, 100th century win. Well done. Just having the connections come through and chat to us. You have such a lovely band of horses that you could get to enjoy racing. Justin seems to get them ticking over consistently, so you're always in with a chance.
I know, that's the thing with all our horses. I think they've always got a chance to win. I must credit, obviously, Richard with that ride. I mean, it was an incredible ride for his 100th winner. He said he never had a winning MP because he was saving it for today. So, yeah, very well done, and well done to the Snails, and well done to my brother to lead in also. My brother is great, and his friends all watching all over the country. So it's a fantastic win after so many tries, but at least I think he'll go on.
He should, well, normally these horses that show this ability do tend to go on, so it sounds like you're going to have a lot more fun with him.
Firstly, well done to Richard. I think he'll always remember us as being his 100th horse, 100th winner at least. Also, obviously, well done to all the owners, Zev, Gary and Jared. We've all been obviously patient, trying to find the right distance, and I think we've kind of got there now.
Yeah. Now they can stop moaning on the group.
Correct. I think the group will be celebrating today.
Well, if Richard forgets that this was his century this season, you can remind him for the rest of his career, so you've got some bragging rights.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well done for the win.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Well done to all the connections. Number 12, Intimidator, son of the United States, Chevelle Stud for breeding. Well done to all the connections. Lovely to have some of them on courses. And Richard Free, it's his century of wins this season. As he said, he normally gets around 150, he was saying, but the goal is 200. So, and Andile, he looks after the Intimidator. Great, lovely horse, will go on from here, but it was a fantastic contest.